you have to have greater communication. That is vital with a relationship or whatever it might be. If there is not good communication, then it's probably not going to last when a real storm comes in. That's why I'm all about like working, getting things figured out, appreciating, sunshine, but also like working on things and preparing for what is inevitably coming, which is challenges. Challenges to test how true this love, this whatever it is. And let me tell you, I've had times in my life where my love for God, for other people, has been tested and I fell short. I was not true to that person, to that thing, to even God. And that is a very humbling place to be. I look at those things as gifts, like, wow, this was able to help me see I was blowing this thing way out of proportion. I was being so unkind to myself. Now I can never let this happen ever again. I was talking briefly with a couple. The thought just came to mind, and when thoughts come to mind, I tend to share them with people, and if they're people I just met. I started talking with this couple that was just eating their food, and I was like, it's cool that you guys are eating lunch together, because when couples and when people want to understand each other, they generally go out to eat, and you never know like what can come of like going out to eat, talking about things, and like making bridges and such. And I think of times in my life where, being able to talk about these kind of things in an open, safe atmosphere really can just change the entire landscape of whatever the thing is that you're building, whether it's a marriage, whether it's a business, whether it's, whatever it is, because you can tell them what you're thinking and be like, hey, this is how I feel about this. And then you can continue forward with that. And this is the Rebecca Briggs. I just need a thing that says like what the music is, but man, this is I remember finding this is a 24-minute epic music remix of Donkey Kong Country 2. I've listened to this a lot in college, and but yeah, it's important to have the ability to speak openly about these kind of things because it makes things a lot more simple. Life was not meant to be easy, but I do believe to a great degree it can be pretty simple. You get to choose who you would like to become. You can choose a lot of these different things. Life is a lot of a choose your own adventure. I believe that there is a purpose, there is a plan for being on this earth, that God intends for us to live with Him again, and that's why He sent Jesus to the earth, etc., etc. But I'm also willing and eager to just lift up people with where they're at, and I don't ask them to believe the same way I do or anything like that, because I don't think that is that's helpful. It's like let people believe how they want to believe, let them do their own thing, because I do not know what that person has lived, felt, experienced. Their experiences are different from mine in life, so it's interesting because this is just a practice of me listening to myself, because there's been streams where maybe I did want to put on different music, but today it's like, okay, no, we are putting on different music, and it's great because it's like it feels like a win whether anybody comes to this stream or not. Obviously, I would love to talk, to hang out with somebody, to know that this stream is lifting up somebody or making a difference for somebody or helping them to find God or whatever it might be. That's obviously the goal. But I'm also aware of the fact that with a lot of things that take time, there will be those days that it seems you are wasting your time. And it all depends who you ask. It all depends on what you're going after, I want to get better at spreading God's word. I want to get better at speaking with Him in mind. I want to get better at living the life I want to live. And so for me, speaking all these things into existence and sharing these thoughts while also playing Celeste is, for me, makes sense. Obviously, there's things way more important. I need to make money, and there's other things, but yeah, I don't know. It really is interesting. It's just, especially like we don't understand what people are going through, and so it is important to be patient with it. But sometimes we don't need to know more information. Like somebody's already told us that they are struggling. So if we see that they're having a rough time and they've already told us that they could use help, we probably don't need an invitation. I mean, obviously, proceed with caution, but all I'm saying is, ooh, I wanted it so bad, I really did. And now we're losing a little bit of momentum. But, you know, it's like people do need help, but they will ask it in the way they feel comfortable, and that's really sad sometimes, because sometimes somebody, and I've been in this boat where somebody's really struggling. It's like you don't have to, you can reach out to this person. They will not hate you or judge you for it. There are so many people that God put in my path of like, this person I know would not judge me, and there's times where I chose to believe that person would judge me, and that prevented me from reaching out to them. Had nothing to do with the actual truth, is what I perceived as the truth. And that is why perceptions really are a lot of your reality.